Hello, and thank you very much for taking a little bit of time out of your day to learn more about AAA Northway's upcoming 2025 trip of a lifetime in partnership with AAA Member Choice Vacations to Costa Rica, February 26th to March 6th, 2025. Tropical Costa Rica, discovering Costa Rica's good life on a rendezvous of exotic fauna, lush rainforests, endless coastlines, and much more. Remember, any of our AAA Northway consultants are here for you. Reach out to them at either 877-222-8283 or AAA.com/appointment. We're here between Plattsburgh in the capital region with Schenectady, Saratoga Springs, Clifton Park, Queensbury, and as well as in the southern tier in Vestal, we're here for you. So again, it is a great value and a great experience. And our travel host on this is David Suella, who is our travel agent extraordinaire from AAA Northway's Saratoga Springs and Clifton Park office. Looking forward to having you travel with him in the first quarter of 2025. My name is Kevin Ferguson. I'm the business development manager for all of upstate New York for AAA Member Choice Vacations. I've been proudly working for the company for 17 years, both as a tour manager, out in the road, in the thick of it all, as well as in our sales force. Home base for me is in Syracuse. And people have been always asking me, Kevin, when's the best time to go here or there? And trust me, after the last few years of missed memories, experiences, and opportunities, the best time to travel is while you can. AAA Member Choice Vacations for the sixth consecutive year in a row was voted as the partner of the year by AAA National. All the clubs around the country voted us as their top choice here for guided travel, not only just for the experience on the road, but also pre-tour and how we also handled ourselves during those past couple years, those unprecedented times during the pandemic. What sets us apart? Being around for 100 plus years, we've really mastered how our traveling is in terms of pacing, in terms of the experiences, our commitment to innovation, and much more. And knowing that you have a tour manager with you the entire time in the destination, some expert local guides potentially sprinkled throughout here, get unique modes of transportation, four-star plus accommodations, and much more, you're doing it right in terms of when you're traveling with Member Choice Vacations. And as a philosophy, knowing that this company here takes care of the highlights, making sure it's already included so that we're ticking those boxes experience-wise and not paying extra out of pocket if not needed there. Again, our tours are designed for travelers by travelers ourselves. And being a AAA member, if you didn't need to use towing or any of the other different services that AAA Northway offers, well, we have an additional $50 per person savings on this amazing trip. All right, without further ado, let's go. Let's experience and let's enjoy tropical Costa Rica again, February 26th to March 6th here in 2025. What we're going to be doing here is we're going to have a round trip group pickup from a most likely the AAA Northway's Clifton Park office, making our way down to New York. And New York gives us more opportunities between Newark or JFK for our flights. And we will make our way from New York City to San Jose, and then we'll be flying out of Liberia Airport, which is the second largest airport in Costa Rica, making our way back to New York and then back eventually up to the capital region here as well. So we don't have exactly what the airline scheduling is going to be, but we are choosing the New York metropolitan area here to fly out of because it gives us better opportunities and less connections if necessary, or at all, if at all necessary. We do have a pre-tour here, taking care of the eastern part of Costa Rica and Tortuguero National Park, which I'll be mentioning. And this trip here begins in San Jose and then done by motor coach with 1 night in San Jose, 3 nights in Arenal, 2 in Monteverde, 2 in Guanacaste, and again, flying out from Liberia. To the left of Monteverde, those on days 5 and 6, that is a choice on tour. So you can do one thing, your traveling companion can do the other. Great, go back, compare notes. You're not paying an extra dime for doing so there. And out of a tour level activity of 4, this is a 3. And so it is one where I want to point out here is that there are going to be obviously some different types of transportation, doing the hanging bridges as potentially one of those here as well. We're going to be on uneven terrain, so on and so forth here. So that's why we have that kind of more of on the go pacing here on this. Again, you don't want to miss a thing, but also like to have some time to enjoy yourself here as well. All right, so this is where our journey begins here in the capital of Costa Rica, here in San Jose, colorful capital city here, perfect place to relax and soak up the sights as our adventure begins. We'll then travel through the lush countryside of the Central Valley to the fertile region renowned for its coffee, beginning with a tour of a local coffee plantation, highlighting the history and the cultivation of this driver of the Costa Rican economy. Since the 1700s, this has been a part of Costa Rican agriculture here, and it is regarded as some of the best coffee on the planet. We're going to see the process from making coffee from seedbed to the roasting room here, and as we tour the plantation, we'll learn about the history here of the Costa Rican brew. This afternoon, we're going to check in for a leisurely 3-night stay at a lodge overlooking the majestic Arenal volcano and getting to know the Costa Rican culture here this evening. Our next day, we will make our way out to one of Costa Rica's nature preserves. This is the Cano Negro. It's a remote 20,000-acre parcel of land home to some of the largest viewable collection of indigenous wildlife. We'll embark on a guided riverboat trip on a panga, which is this covered canoe that you see right here, stopping along the way to observe and photograph the wildlife that surrounds us. This is home to nearly 80 different mammal species, including everything from white-tailed deer to prehistoric gasbar fish and much more. And on the trip here, we might see some crocodiles and river otters and sloths, river turtles, exotic birds, rare butterflies, all known to live in the area. Well, I forgot to mention, how's the weather going to be? That's a question I always get. Well, again, leaving Albany in the capital region on average, here at this time of year in late February, we're looking at about 24 and 36 here in the capital of New York. But in Guanacaste, in San Jose, we're looking at temperatures from basically the mid to upper 60s to the right around the 80-degree mark here on average. Our hot part is going to be over on the Pacific coast there in Guanacaste. So you'll be sticking your tongue out like that sloth here at all your friends that stayed home, that want to battle through winter when you're enjoying tropical paradise. All right, so continuing on here along the shores of the river and in the trees that bend over its waters, we're going to be spotting wandering animals and keeping our eyes peeled. These howler and spider and white-faced monkeys, caimans, turtles, and even the Jesus Christ lizards, as they call them. Those are the ones that are able to run right on the water. There's even the opportunity of seeing the fin of a freshwater shark as it slices through the water's surface. Later on, we're going to return to Arenal to just relax and enjoy our time here at our resort. And our next day, we'll explore a family-owned farm and getting a peek into the daily lives of the locals. This farm here considers itself a classroom without borders. And during this tour here, we're going to learn how the plants are organically grown here through the concept of sustainability. And we'll taste the exotic fruit harvest and experience the traditional ways of how we produce and process sugarcane, enjoying a sip of cane liqueur before engaging here on a culinary demonstration and a farm-to-table lunch. We'll enjoy our next day here, a delightful cruise here out on Lake Arenal, which is the largest lake in Costa Rica, covers about 30 or so square miles. And this was, again, a hydroelectric project in Arenal Dam back in the late 70s, early 80s, that now today produces nearly 20% of the country's electricity. We'll observe the famous volcano here during the cruise. And this here, again, rises about 5,500 feet, towering, the view here as well. And it has been generating lava for about 30 years or so, up till about 2010. So in that same level of a Mount Etna here in many ways, shapes, and forms. Then it's going to be on to the secluded Monteverde cloud forest. Now, this is going to be a place that we're going to be, you just have to see to believe, where the trees grow to heights of 100 plus feet. And a cloud forest, where we're at here, is a forest with dense humidity, usually accompanied with low-level clouds hanging around those trees. And this is considered to be one of the 7 national wonders, or natural wonders, I should say, of Costa Rica. And here you'll be able to surround yourself with flourishing nature. We'll settle off, or I should say, we'll set off on a nature walk here through the spectacular ecosystem and encounter many incredible species of flora and fauna up close. And over about 25,000 acres or so here takes up that space here in this area here, this cloud forest. 90% virgin forest. We have 6 ecological zones, and it is also home to some of the largest populations of endangered birds. Like this is the endangered quetzal. This is celebrated for its gorgeous jewel tone plumage here. And just keep your eyes peeled. Bring your binoculars, as you may be lucky enough to spot one of these right there in the wild. Now, our next day here, we will have here a It's Your Choice. And here we'll be able to explore how we want to enjoy and take this all in. One is to do the butterfly gardens here and the Mariposarium here on the Hanging Bridges walking tour, or an exhilarating ride on a canopy zip line. So here, the Butterfly and Hanging Bridges tour here. Note, Costa Rica has 1,000+ species of butterflies, 30+ species of tropical butterflies alone here as well, just in this area. And again, having your camera ready and seeing much more than the monarch. Then we will join an expert for a leisurely paced Hanging Bridges walking tour, getting a totally different perspective of the clouds forest, unique ecosystem, mammals, birds, plants, flora, and much more. Or you may choose to take an exhilarating ride on one of the longest canopy zipline tours in Costa Rica, soaring along the tree line, taking in the rainforest from a totally different viewpoint, feeling that adrenaline as we coast through the air on a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, taking in those diverse plants and animals from up close as we glide along. So just to show you where we've been and where we're going, we started in San Jose. We made our way up for those 3 nights there in Arenal and into Monteverde, and now we are continuing on here towards Guanacaste. So today we make our way to the Pacific Coast, known for again the fine sandy beaches here in Guanacaste's region. This temperature is here on average about 75 to the upper 80s at this time of year. So nice experiences here. Home to mountains, volcanoes, and seamlessly endless coastlines and shorelines here. Truly a tropical paradise. Here, we'll also have the opportunity to just enjoy, relax the beach, and using the resort amenities and much more. Fun in the sun in store today as we explore those nearby beaches here, or simply, relaxing by the pool, taking in the resort's lovely amenities here. We will have an optional tour to give you some ideas if you want to just get out and enjoy and see and do. And one of those opportunities here is to go and do mangrove kayaking here. Now, this is about 3 hours from beginning to end. We'll be covering about 6 miles on here. So this here goes for 55 per person. We'll be going into seeing everything from the long-necked birds here, the mangrove trees up close that are, again, essential to the larger ecosystem, but also function here, in many ways, shapes, or forms as well. We will be paddling along the Oro River, keeping an eye out for playful monkeys, explorative iguanas climbing up the trees. And we'll follow our guide as we coast along the water and, again, making our way through that winding river here, taking in all the nature that's around us. So some suggestions, obviously bring your camera, sunblock, comfortable shoes, sandals here as well. And again, just a wonderful day there. It goes for 55 per person on this. Again, done during free time, so you're not missing out in lieu of doing anything else. Or the other option here is to do dolphin watching and a snorkel experience. This goes for 65 per person on it. Again, done during free time, so you're not missing out in lieu of doing anything. And again, getting a totally different perspective of Costa Rican wildlife, venturing into the natural habitat of a dolphin family, and with a guide, getting a firsthand look at these elegant creatures here as they play along the water surface. Home to a abundance of animals. We'll keep our eye out for other creatures as well. And if we're lucky, we might even spot some whales or turtles. And afterwards, trying our hand at fishing as we cast our line into the blue waters of the Pacific. So again, a wonderful way to experience the day however you wish. This afternoon, we'll enjoy the delightful beach town of Samara and enjoy some free time at leisure. And again, time for retail therapy or shopping. And yes, they even use the US dollar here as well as their main currency. Very safe country. They disbanded their army back in 1948. They use the same voltage as we do here. And nearly half of the visitors that came to Costa Rica in 2022 were either from the US or Canada. So this is a very North American friendly destination. So we look forward to having you join us here in Costa Rica on this truly trip of a lifetime. And if you come in ahead of time or want to see a little bit more, we've got it. But I wanted to show you a little video to get you excited.
Tropical Costa Rica is a unique program because it takes place at what is quite possibly the most biodiverse country on Earth.
I had no idea the variety that is available here that we're getting to see.
It's about being able to deliver an opportunity for guests to have a lifetime experience.
Now, if you want to come in a couple days ahead, as I mentioned here, we do have a jungle adventure on this. It goes for $849 per person, double occupancy, or $999 as a solo traveler. And again, this is done before the journey begins as a standalone in San Jose. So kicking this off here, this is a hosted experience, which is where a local representative is going to reveal more of what the destination has to offer with a mix of independent exploration and guided sightseeing and experiences. Here we arrive in Costa Rica's capital city here, San Jose, for an overnight stay. And then we depart our next day via private transfer. And we get to the dock where we board an open air boat with other travelers to journey on to Tortuguero National Park and its unspoiled paradise. Here, this is going to be a place where we will be checking into an eco lodge built in harmony with nature using the best sustainability practices where fans create breezes instead of air conditioning and meals feature locally sourced ingredients prepared with Caribbean flair. And our next day here, an early morning bird watching excursion is offered. So you may learn about the varieties of local species, migratory birds that flock the area, and joining our fellow lodgias on a spectacular boat cruise through the various canals here and waterways. Be sure to keep an eye out for wildlife, including howler monkeys and sloths, toucans, aquatic birds, bats, caimans, as well as exotic flora. Tortuguero National Park is a study in rainforests, freshwater, and marine biology. And here it has over 350 species of birds and mammals, including green macaws, nearly 60 different species of amphibians, 110 plus species of reptiles, 60 plus mammal species here, and including 13 of 16 of Costa Rica's endangered species live right here within the national park itself. We, on our next day, depart for Tortuguero National Park, returning to San Jose. And upon arrival, we meet our tour manager and fellow travelers that are just coming along for the ride for the start of our tropical Costa Rica tour. So again, we do have a hometown pickup leaving from AAA Clifton Park office, making our way down to New York. This isn't just confined to the Empire State. So if you have a family member that lives in a different part of the country, or let's say you're a snowbird at this time of year and you live in Florida or Arizona or somewhere else, we can fly out of your local airport and within a specific mileage, if you have our air, we are going to take care of your transportation for you too. Again, personalization here. We talk about this with those optional excursions there or that pre-tour extension. And also, our industry-leading cancel for any reason, no worries travel protection is there for you, where you can get a full refund for canceling at any time, literally to the day prior to departure. Plus, you're covered on tour, medical assistance, evacuation, baggage loss, delay, theft. It really is the peace of mind that you cannot put a price tag to on it there. Medicare and Medicaid don't apply outside of the United States, so it's important to have coverage there. And note, up until the 26th of August, if you have to cancel for any reason, you're going to get everything back, including the insurance. From the 27th of August to the day prior there in February, you'd get everything back minus the insurance. But then again, that's why you have the insurance. When you come back from this trip with AAA Member Choice Vacation and ground operator Colette, you're going to have some savings here for you within 1 to 2 years of travel. Now, I want to point out when you fill out your registration form, it needs to match exactly what's on your passport. Also, look to see when your passport is due to expire. If it's due to expire by the end of 2025, this might be something to consider to take care of ahead of time. So again, we want to make sure that you're dotting all the I's, crossing all the T's well in advance on this amazing trip. To find out more, go to our trip dedicated webpage, http://gateway.memberchoicevacations.com/link /1213604. When you click that link, it's going to bring you right up here to our page. Has a sign up now button right up there at the top. Over to the right hand side, our dedicated email as well as phone numbers there as well. If you scroll down on the page below the itinerary at a glance, it'll even have the travel tips, the know before you go information listed right there for you. Here again, very turnkey. So if you have any dietary restrictions, you want to pass it along your known traveler number or global entry or TSA numbers, you can do that here to, again, make sure that your travel goes swimmingly smooth here in February of 2025. Booking early and save, the early bird really gets the travel warm on this, and that's going to be reflected in the following pricing here. Deposit $698. At the time of deposit is when that cancel for any reason insurance is due, $449. And again, that makes it $1147 respectively there. Deposits are due by the end of August, August 26th, fully refundable by August 26th, and final payment not going to be due until the 15th of November here in 2024. So round trip transfer from, again, the Clifton Park to New York City Airport there, round trip air from New York, including the air taxes, the air transfers, hotels, porterage, 14 meals included on this. An amazing value here for you. $30.49 per person, double occupancy, plus that $449 insurance makes it $34.98. And as a solo traveler, only $800 higher, $38.49 plus that $449, $42.98. Again, limited availability for solo travelers on it. You know that voice in your head that's telling you to travel, though? Listen to it. 10 years from now, you'll be so glad that you did. What are you waiting for? The best time to travel is while you can. Again, reach out to any of our travel consultants here throughout the AAA Northway land here from Plattsburgh, Schenectady, Saratoga, Clifton Park, Queensbury, Vestal, even virtually here with Colleen at 877-222-8283 or AAA.com/appointment. Again, on behalf of all of us here at AAA Member Choice Vacations and AAA Northway, muchísimas gracias. Thank you very much. Again, AAA Northway, 877-888, AAA 8283, travel at northway.aaa.com, or again, that web link below. Hasta la vista. We'll see you there February 26th to March 6th, 2025 on AAA Member Choice Vacations, tropical Costa Rica. Gracias.